Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Tuesday morning and it's still raining. This is absolutely awesome. Hope you have a great day today. We've been contemplating some of the tests that Moses had to go through in his amazing life, and there were many of them. And I hope that I have been appreciating some of the tests that he has experienced and just aligning them to maybe some of the things that happen in my own life, or maybe even as you do it in your life. Today we come to a super test, and this is the test that I've called the obedience test to the unusual. God uses sometimes the most unusual ways to achieve his ends. Sometimes he tells us things that just don't seem to make that much sense. Well, here's one of those tests. In Exodus chapter 15, we have Moses having come across the Red Sea miraculously. He writes that most beautiful worship song, and the people worship like anything. But after walking for 3 days into the wilderness, following the fire and the cloud, they are thirsty. And they've got short memories, because all of a sudden the people began to really grumble and moan against God and against Moses. And they begin to get rather grumpy. And God is not into grumpy people. I need you to know that. But as they begin to wander through this place, they are very thirsty. And they say to Moses, is God playing some kind of game with us? Has he brought us out of here just for us to die in the wilderness? When all of a sudden they come over the rise of the hill and they see this pool of water, and it looks so promising. So they run down and they're all saying, God has provided and it's awesome. And the whole nation of Israel gets the water and they begin to drink, only to find that the water is bitter. That's why they call it the pool of Marah. Anyway, as the people begin to grumble even more intensely at Moses and saying, now we really know that God is playing a game with us. Look at it. Why would he make us come to water and then not be able to drink the water? And so Moses goes to God and says to God, what do I do now? And God just probably smiled and said, Moses, just trust me. I want you to take that branch over there, just a piece of wood, and in the eyesight of the people, I just want you to throw that piece of wood into the water. And Moses must have thought, well, that's kind of unusual. I'm going to look like a little bit of a fool if I go down there and throw this thing in the water and nothing happens. And everybody's saying, Moses, what are you doing? But Moses believed and he trusted God, and he beautifully obeyed this most unusual command. As the wood hit the water, suddenly something miraculous happened in the water, and God redeemed the water to become usable and drinkable by the people. And the people were amazed. How forgetful are those people? 3 days before, God had opened the Red Sea, a miraculous thing. But now God does another beautiful miracle for them. He redeemed the water. But the key here is understanding the unusual nature of what God had asked Moses to do. Take a piece of wood, throw it in the water. What relevance is a piece of wood, a dying piece of wood, got to do with the healing of the water? It's got nothing to do. It was an act of obedience. And Moses obeyed God, and he saw the fruit of what God would do should he obey. A simple piece of wood redeemed the water. Well, it kind of reminds me about the unusual plan that God has of salvation. That God again used an unusual piece of wood to redeem not just the water, but to redeem the whole of mankind. When he took that cross and he put his son upon the cross, and Jesus died for the redemption, not of water, but of the world. God uses the most unusual things to do the most incredible stuff. And so we see the lesson today about responding to the command of God to do that which may be perceived or may be seen to be kind of strange, to be kind of unusual maybe, but look at the blessing that came. The water was redeemed, people drank their fill, and with God in the world is redeemed by the wonder of Jesus upon a piece of wood. What an unusual thinking. What an unusual thought that God would use. But then, hey, God uses the most unusual to achieve his ends. I guess he uses us. You're kind of unusual. I'm pretty normal, but you're pretty unusual. But God uses us all, does he not, to achieve his ends. Have a great day, people, and we'll see you soon. Bye.